I'm Moira. Make some noise if you're from Belarus. Okay, just two people, I am from Belarus as well, unfortunately. So, trauma bonding. Anyway, I want to talk about my life. To trauma bond more. The other day I was having a level 3 panic attack. Make some noise if you relate to panic attacks. Yay! Yes, that's my sounds. Very good. So yeah, level 3, I call the situation where I look at my hands and all of a sudden it's not my hands. And I look at the walls around me, and this is not my house. And you know, if I learned anything from Lithuanians, when you are in a crisis situation, you need to chat with ChatGPT. One time I tried to call for help for like a hotline called Jaunimo linija, and instead of picking up, they sent me a message. Can you call back later? I'll call you when I'm dead. So yeah, I decided to chat with ChatGPT, and ChatGPT, after an update, 5.0 is a pussy version of ChatGPT. They did the same thing they did to Milka. You pay the same money, but instead of 100 grams, you get 80. So that's great. So I'm chatting with ChatGPT, and it gives me the lamest response possible, like, let's do the grounding exercise. Notice 5 things around you. And I look around myself, and I have like 75 plush toys around me because I have shopping addiction. And all of a sudden, I go on an acid trip that Snow White went when she went into the forest, and all those toys start looking at me like they're gonna hurt me. And I start shouting at ChatGPT, shouting, aka texting in all caps, like, what is going on? Who is buying all of this? I don't understand what's going on. And you are messed up when ChatGPT hits you with searching for a better answer. And it takes a while, and I feel like there is someone in Amazon forest cutting it all down to give the energy to supply the better answer for ChatGPT. Oh my God, you mess up when it takes 3 to 5 business days for ChatGPT to generate the answer for you. And it hits me back with a response like, did you forget that you are schizophrenic? All the memory restored. Yeah, I do forget that I'm schizophrenic, If you look me up online, like Moira needs to come down, I identify as they, them, not because I'm gender confused, but because I'm schizophrenic. And I feel like all of my personalities need to be included on my Instagram page. And if you see some video you don't like, I can always say, it wasn't me, it was Patricia, So that's great. But it's very hard to supply 4 people. Recently, I've upgraded my professional status into full-time comedian, aka I'm professionally unemployed. So, I had to marry a guy to sponsor all my comedy. You know how sponsor? I suck his dick, so it's not sponsoring. I'm actually working 24/7. Yeah, with my mouth. That's why I cannot pronounce things properly. I inherited a Lithuanian accent from all the sucking. Anyway. Anyway, let's go back to my problems. You can imagine that dressing 4 people is pretty complicated. I have a lot of clothes because I don't know who's gonna come out that day, and I have so many clothes. I had to move to a different place, to a bigger place, and moving to bigger place in Vilnius means moving away from city center. So I had to move from Fabijoniškės 1 to Fabijoniškės 3. For your reference, the show Chernobyl was filmed in Fabijoniškės 2. So where I live, it doesn't even qualify to represent Pripyat, of 1986. It's so bad in there. And my husband had to move out because, he's not filling my void as well as the shoes do, so he's out. So now he's visiting me. I call it conjugal visits, in the prison that I built with the walls of clothes and the floors of shoes. And it's pretty mean to say that he visits because he's a Lithuanian guy coming to visit his Lithuanian wife. But every time we have sex, it's very much like a visit because it's not a homecoming, because there is barely any coming in that relationship. And to be honest, we've been together for a while, for 8 years. And in 8 years, it's pretty hard to keep the spark going. You need to know your partner very well to get things going. So the last time we had sex, it was on Halloween because the horror, the horror of having sex with a man in 2025, it was pretty matching. I see the girls looking. Yeah. So we were having sex and it's not doing it for me anymore. And I'm telling him, do something special. So he lowers himself to me and he whispers in my ear like, Pepko. Sensei, 50% antrai prekiai. For those who don't understand, it's Maxima has 50% for the second thing you buy. And I'm not so well that it actually got things started for me, to quote Kevin Hart, damn! That's how I feel. I'm so not well. The most used app on my phone is Vinted, and the average time on my phone is 17 hours. So it's 2 full shifts on Vinted, with 30 minutes break each. I used to shop from China and then I became comedian. I don't have money for AliExpress, Shein and Temu. I still shop for AliExpress, Shein and Temu, but now I shop on Vinted. So that's how you reached the hard rock bottom, solid foundation. Let's keep going. Yes, and recently I read the news online that they found lead, the heavy metal, in all the clothes from... What the fuck? Is it me? Because it activates my schizophrenia. I'm gonna hold it like I hold my husband's penis. 3 fingers. Anyway, I read some news that they found lead, the heavy metal, in all the clothes from Shein, AliExpress and Temu. And all my wardrobe is from China. So I lay in my bed in the middle of the night and I start seeing radioactive glow coming from my closet. And it sends me back to growing up in Belarus when we heard the sirens go and say, seek shelter, radioactive rain coming from Chernobyl. But where do you seek shelter? In apartment in Fabioniškės? So I grab my stuff and I run to the bathroom and I lay in a bathtub and I cover myself with the little plidukas and and all of a sudden I realize, damn, the plidukas is from AliExpress as well. There is no hiding from China. If they did radioactivity screening in Fabioniškės, they would be apartment with particularly high glow, glow, whatever. It's all over everywhere. Anyway, so yeah, and 8 panic attacks later, I started calling to all the hospitals in Vilnius, please help me. Just give me 1 Xanax. I need to calm down. And they said, best we can do is 2 weeks appointment. And I said, but I'm dying now. In 2 weeks, I'm going to start talking to my plush toys. And they're going to talk back because they are from AliExpress as well. So, to survive the atrocities of being alive in Lithuania, I developed my own line of drugs. I call them emotional support pills. They are man-friendly. You don't need to swallow them. You just crack them open and there is emotional support joke inside. So when you feel a little bit nervous or unsteady or about to stab somebody, you can crack it open, read the joke and feel worse. Anybody wants to try? Oh my God. I give it to you, but during the break, find me, I'll give you more. Don't swallow or swallow. You can choke on it and be taken out of your misery. Thank you. Enjoy your evening.